When the baby was born, the little girl took one look and almost fainted. Whenever she played with the baby, she would even cover the baby's eyes, because the baby was so ugly, like a piece of tofu that had fallen on the ground. Who would have thought that years later, that Toby would grow up into a handsome musical genius? Now, he has returned to find his childhood neighbor, his big sister, Luna. Overjoyed, he looked forward to reuniting with her, but over the phone, Luna coldly said, "Don't think that just because my mom asked me to take care of you, you can stay in my house." Toby asked, "Don't you want to see what I look like now?" Luna replied, "What's there to see? Isn't tofu just stinky tofu now?" She even warned him, "Don't you dare come to my house, you're so ugly, seeing you will make me sick." Toby softly said he missed her, but Luna didn't have time to care. Having grown up in a foreign country, Toby didn't understand what "make me sick" meant in Thai. So he asked his stylist, Kiss, who explained, "It means disgusting." Hearing that the person he liked said that about him, Kiss asked, "Who's so bold to say that?" Shyly, Toby said, "It was someone I like." Kiss immediately gave a knowing look. "Your first love, right?" He admitted it openly. But Luna already had a boyfriend, a film director. She herself was a TV sales executive. Together, they were a power couple and their sales numbers kept hitting new records. One day, during a team celebration, a colleague told her, "I saw your boyfriend buying spices yesterday. He must be planning something romantic for you." Everyone envied her for her success in both love and career. But that night, during their date, her boyfriend suddenly asked for a breakup. Luna's heart went cold. Calmly, she said, "Let's order ice cream. Once we finish, we'll break up." Her boyfriend got angry. She didn't even ask why, just wanted ice cream, and stormed off. Was she not sad? She had once begged through tears, but her boyfriend told her he loved music more. Then he turned around and left with her best friend. Another time, he said he was going abroad and didn't want to hold her back. But when she ran after him, she saw him talking sweetly to another woman. Luna knew, when a man says, "Let's break up," there's no need to ask why. He simply doesn't love you anymore. She was so heartbroken she couldn't even cry anymore. What hurt even more? He made her pay the bill for their breakup dinner. The next day, she pulled herself together and took her team to a fashion party. When they saw the tickets, everyone went crazy. The DJ tonight is the superstar Alan X. Luna, however, had no idea who that was. She didn't know that Alan X was actually Toby, the ugly boy she once despised. That night, everyone dressed up. The handsome Toby controlled the entire crowd with his music. Everyone danced to his beats. Amid the sea of people, Toby spotted Luna instantly and quietly remembered where she stood. During a break, he changed clothes and walked downstairs, his eyes never leaving Luna. Her teammates whispered, "He's looking at Luna. Luna es mirkev. At least he has good taste." As Toby walked toward her, but Luna didn't recognize him. The charming man walked toward her, and she eagerly waited for his greeting, but then Kiss suddenly stepped in. Luna's expression changed instantly when she saw her. The two were old acquaintances. Back in school, they were best friends, until Kiss stole Luna's boyfriend. Kiss was infamous in the fashion world for being easy, and Luna couldn't stand the sight of her. Luna mocked her sharply, and Toby was stunned. He couldn't believe this bitter, sarcastic woman was the same Luna he once adored. Toby thought, the real Luna wouldn't talk like this. Luna sneered and asked, "Do you even know what easy means?" Toby replied, "You're being rude," and kissed Kiss on the forehead to show whose side he was on. Luna, seeing he refused to understand, turned to leave. But Toby stopped her and asked, "Why are you being so mean?" Luna said, "Any man who's with someone like Kiss can't be a good person either. Mind your own business." Toby turned to Kiss and asked, "What happened between you two?" Kiss said lightly, "Nothing, that's just how Luna is." When Toby heard her name, he froze. Luna. That was the person he had been looking for all along. He immediately ran after her, but Luna had already left in a taxi. Later, when he called her, Luna vented all her childhood resentment. "How many times did I have to bathe you, carry you, coax you when you cried, only to get scolded by Mom when you got hurt? I've had enough. I never want to see you again." Toby's eyes dimmed with sadness. Where was the girl who once taught him to play piano, who showed him what love was, who gently wiped away his tears? Despite his pain, Toby couldn't let go. He found a restaurant near Luna's house, and sure enough, saw her there. Luna, thinking the famous star had fallen for her, lied and said she was his fan. Excited, Toby asked, "If you're really my fan, then you must know my name, right?" But Luna said, "Alan X." Sigh, she still didn't recognize him. During their chat, Toby learned that after many failed relationships, Luna had become deeply wounded. She no longer believed in love, nor did she wish to seek it again. Toby looked at her with pity and quietly followed behind her, walking her home. But when Luna reached her door, she realized she had forgotten her password. The ever-clever Toby guessed it must be her birthday, and he was right. Watching her enter, Toby smiled softly. The next day, Luna learned that her ex-boyfriend had resigned from his job. "Breaking up is fine," she said, "but resigning? What about the show we're working on?" She sped to his house, telling him not to let emotions ruin his career. But her ex was hurt, thinking she only came for work, not out of love. Luna tearfully told him she was heartbroken too. Just as they were about to reconcile, Kiss suddenly walked in. Seeing her, Luna's face turned cold. "You again?" Kiss replied, "Yeah, it's me." "So what?" Then she looked down and noticed the necklace around Luna's neck. Wasn't that the same one her ex had once meant to give her? Furious, Luna yanked it off and slapped her across the face. A wild fight broke out, with hair pulling and shouting. Just as things got out of hand, Toby rushed in and separated them, dragging Luna outside. Luna was fuming. Spotting a luxury car parked nearby, she sprinted toward it and kicked off the side mirror in rage. Overcome with anger, Luna lashed out again, but before she could do more damage, Toby pulled her back. In the struggle, they both fell to the ground, faces inches apart. The awkward closeness made Luna regain some sense. "Your girlfriend cheated on you," she said, "so why are you here with me? Shouldn't you be kicking her car instead?" Toby calmly said, "That was my car." Luna froze. Toby teased that he was going to call the police, and Luna quickly replied, "Wait, my hands hurt too. Why don't we call it even?" But Toby insisted, saying he had to kick her car mirror first, to make it fair. Of course, Luna couldn't bear to see her own car damaged. Toby then asked for Luna's car keys. Luna thought she was being taken to the police station, but instead, Toby drove her to a pharmacy. Luna was touched for a moment, until Toby said, "Whoever's hurt pays the bill. That's what I was taught as a kid." Luna rolled her eyes. "Who teaches you these ridiculous things?" She didn't realize it was she herself who had taught Toby that when they were young. As she helped clean his wound, he trembled in pain but didn't make a sound. Toby asked why he wouldn't admit when it hurt. Luna remembered that, as a child, someone told her that saying you're in pain was a cool thing to do. But she had always scoffed at that, thinking it was just something adults said to trick kids. In the adult world, she believed, tears and complaints solve nothing. Just when they were about to part, Toby suddenly grabbed her hand and invited her to go to a hotel with him. Luna was stunned. Did this overseas returnee not know what it meant to invite a woman to a hotel? Looking at Toby's innocent and handsome face, Luna asked teasingly, "Do you like me?" Unsure what to do, Luna hurried home, got into her car, and started fixing herself up. Still, she felt they should go on a proper date first and get to know each other. Seeing her misunderstanding, Toby laughed and explained that he only needed to stop by the hotel to pick something up. His car wasn't working. Luna felt so embarrassed. Meanwhile, the Kiss's necklace happened to be the same as her ex-boyfriend's. She had actually come to recommend a job to Luna's ex. During their talk, the ex revealed the reason for their breakup. He felt that Luna never truly loved him. When he brought up breaking up, it was just to test her feelings. He never thought she'd actually agree. The next day, Toby asked the Kiss why everyone spoke badly about her. The Kiss helplessly explained that it was all media hype, but she needed the attention to boost her popularity. After all, she was a fashion icon. Elsewhere, Luna stared at her photo as her company decided to launch a new business, partnering with the same fashion master for a live broadcast. Unfortunately, her assistant mistakenly added the kiss's name to the candidate list, and the boss made the final decision, choosing the kiss. Luna was furious. If she had to work with her every day, wouldn't the office become a battlefield? That evening, Toby visited Luna's home, curious about how a spiritual, artsy woman lived. Her bedroom was messy, and her fridge contained only drinks and water. He also checked out the room he'd be staying in. Later, he called Luna, asking for directions to her childhood playground. That's when she realized Toby was nearby. Though she sounded impatient, she still gave him directions but warned him not to come to her house. When she reached the amusement park, she couldn't resist wanting to see him. Smiling, she walked toward Toby, who was overwhelmed with excitement. Just as the live broadcast was about to start, something unexpected happened. When Luna arrived, she asked Toby if he had seen a boy who looked like him. Toby was fuming inside. Who else could look like him? He simply replied that he hadn't seen anyone. They sat down together, and Toby gently held Luna's hand to check her wound. The warmth of the moment made her blush. Not knowing how to express his feelings, Toby placed his hat on her head. Everyone knows, a man only gives his hat to the woman he likes. Then he picked up a piece of fried tofu and fed it to her, saying, "When I hurt my hand, someone used to feed me fried tofu." But Luna remembered it differently. He had pouted and refused to eat unless she fed him. Childhood was sweet and simple, but adulthood was far more complicated. Toby came up with a strange excuse to see her, claiming, "You kicked my rearview mirror and now my car stalls every half hour. You have to keep me company." Half an hour later, sure enough, the car stopped, right in front of a romantic dating spot. Luna was puzzled about why he brought her there, but before she could ask, Toby began a heartfelt confession. In that moment, Luna had to admit she was moved. Still, she reminded herself that she was a 33-year-old woman. They had only known each other for a few days. Could it really be love at first sight? Toby smiled and said, "We're on a date, don't overthink it. A date needs a proper ending." The night grew passionate, and the date went perfectly. When Luna got home, she kept waiting for Toby to call, but the phone never rang. She began to wonder if they were officially a couple now. Why hadn't he contacted her? Meanwhile, Toby was busy shopping for matching couples items, matching mugs, matching blankets, and more. As Toby busied himself with his romantic plans, Luna sat alone in the park, overthinking everything, unaware that the man she couldn't stop thinking about was preparing a sweet surprise of his own. He hung the couple sweaters side by side, arranged the mugs neatly, and even placed Luna's cherished sketchbook where it could be seen, a silent declaration of love and ownership. Just as Toby was about to leave, Luna returned home. Oblivious to the intruder, she walked in talking on the phone, complaining, "Our date was so good, why hasn't Toby called me?" Hearing that, Toby grinned and stepped out. "Why ask someone else?" he teased. "You could have just asked me." Luna froze, startled, yet secretly delighted. Toby noticed her thin clothes and murmured, "You'll get bitten by mosquitoes like that." Flustered, Luna hung up immediately. Determined to stop Toby from sneaking in again, she decided to change her door password. But just then, a message popped up from Toby. "I've changed your door code." Luna was speechless. She didn't even know when his birthday was. Left with no choice, she climbed through the window to get inside. There, she found the sketchbook on the table and opened it. Childhood memories came flooding back. Those carefree days when the world revolved around just the two of them. For the first time in years, Luna felt something soften inside her. She missed Toby, but she still didn't know that Toby and Alan were the same person. The next day, they met again. Luna was still upset about not getting a call, but Toby smiled and asked, "Why didn't you call me?" He wanted Luna to confess her feelings first. Luna hesitated, finally ready to speak, but just then, Kiss appeared. Luna's expression darkened instantly. Completely unfazed, Kiss walked straight up and hugged Toby. Luna's jealousy flared. Even though she and Kiss despised each other, Luna had to swallow her pride and beg her to cooperate on a business project. "I'll agree, if you apologize. And for the record, I had nothing to do with your ex-boyfriend." Luna narrowed her eyes. "Oh, what about back in college?" Kiss sighed and confessed. She had stolen Luna's boyfriend back then purely to beat her. "You were always better than me," she said quietly. "I just wanted to win once." Luna finally understood. Kiss's hatred had always come from envy. Annoyed but tired, she dropped the subject and focused on business. But Kiss wasn't done. She raised her glass and ordered, "Pour me a drink." Luna, biting her tongue, complied. Even after finishing, Kiss refused to sign the deal. Luna left fuming. Yet that night, even Kiss couldn't calm her thoughts. She wandered into a bar, trying to drink her frustrations away. When a dog there wagged its tail at her, she smiled. "Strange," the bartender said. "You're the second person today it's done that for." That dog used to belong to her and her ex-boyfriend. Years ago, they had adopted it together, but because she was allergic to fur, they left it at the bar. Their breakup had been bitter. He believed the rumors about her and never trusted her again. Heartbroken, Kiss walked away. Yet deep down, she had never stopped loving him. When she realized the bar owner was Luna's boss, she decided to win him back, even if it meant collaborating with Luna. The next day, Kiss agreed to the business deal. When she met her ex again, she whispered, "I've been waiting for you all this time." He simply said, "We've already broken up. Now we're just colleagues." But Kiss was determined. She believed she could make him fall for her again. Soon, tension brewed between the two women. Kiss rejected Luna's marketing plan and insisted on choosing her own products. Luna thought she was reckless and arrogant. They agreed to split into two teams. Each would choose products separately and see who sold better. Little did Luna know, she was digging her own grave. One morning, Luna decided to finally give him a chance. She invited him to breakfast. But when the door opened, her date was Alan. Luna froze. "Toby and Alan?" Toby grinned. "Your memory's terrible. I told you when we were kids. My mom's foreign. She named me Alan Ekmanis." Luna stood speechless. Toby leaned closer. "By the way, where's our love token?" "That little tooth." Luna rolled her eyes. "That dirty thing? I threw it away ages ago." Toby's smile faded. Luna thought the kiss from before had been a joke, so she hit him playfully in irritation. "I wasn't joking," Toby whispered. "I really like you." Luna didn't believe him. Furious, she grabbed her bag and stormed toward the door, only to find Toby's luxury car blocking her way. "It's my birthday," Toby said with a grin. "Let me drive you to work. Think of it as your gift." Luna sighed, checked the time, and reluctantly got in. In the car, Toby leaned over to fasten her seatbelt, a gentle gesture that made Luna's heart flutter despite herself. She pretended to sleep the whole way. When they arrived, Toby whispered, "If you don't wake up, I'm going to kiss you." Luna's eyes shot open. She jumped out of the car, muttering curses under her breath. That night, Toby couldn't stop thinking about her. He remembered Luna asking when he had started liking her. It was that day long ago, when Luna smiled through her pain, pretending to be strong. That was when Toby decided he would love and protect her forever. Luna, meanwhile, threw herself into work. But Kiss kept stealing every designer she found. The pressure grew unbearable. One evening, exhausted, Luna came home only to hear Toby's loud music upstairs. She snapped and threw an earphone at him. Toby sensed something was wrong and approached gently, but Luna was cold. "I don't want to play your childish games." Later, Toby made dinner and went to call her again, only to see Luna typing an email to his mother. "Why are you emailing my mom?" Toby asked, confused. "Because every time you're here, I have to report everything to her. What I eat, what I wear, how I live, all of it. You think that's normal?" She opened an old sketchbook and hurled it on the table. "That perfect childhood you remember wasn't perfect for me. Other kids played on weekends. I had to babysit. Whenever you messed up, I got punished. That's why I hated you, Toby." Toby stood frozen, heart shattered, unable to speak. Then, quietly, he turned and walked out, his eyes filled with pain he couldn't hide. He remembered what his mother once said, that when Toby was little, he was hard to put to sleep. It was only 7-year-old Luna who used to carry him on her back. Luna truly had her reasons to dislike him. But even so, despite all the resentment, she had always cared deeply for him. reminding him to come home early, worrying even when she pretended not to. Before long, Toby returned home. He gently placed a drink in front of her and sincerely apologized for what had happened when they were younger. Luna said coldly, "If you want me to forgive you, then stop talking about liking me." But in his heart, Toby thought, "One day, I'll make you say you like me first." So guys, I will be stopping here. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe and drop a heart for part 2.